Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're in a 2022 Ford Mustang Mach-E GT Performance. We're gonna see what makes this possibly a better alternative to the Tesla Model Y Performance. I love this car already. I think styling wise it looks fantastic. This is a relatively controversial car for Mustang enthusiasts, but who cares? 480 horsepower, 634 foot-pounds of torque, and it moves. This nearly 5,000 pound car gets to 60 miles an hour in 3.5 seconds. It is a lot of fun, so let's go ahead and take it out for a drive. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. If you'd like to see all my future supercar content, including plenty of car reviews to come. Starting off, you have 3 drive modes: Whisper, Engage, and Unbridled. And then with the Performance Pack, which this car has, you have Unbridled Extended. Whisper setting is sort of like your energy saving setting. You want to get the maximum amount of range. Kind of boring. Let's go to Engage. Normal default setting, middle of the road setting. But Unbridled is like the sport mode basically. So you get a bit firmer suspension, everything's a little bit tighter feeling. Unbridled Extended basically is like a Sport Plus setting. So you get better thermal cooling. 60% of the power is sent to the rear wheels. We are in Unbridled now. That's the mode I care about the most. In the corners, it handles very well. Steering is surprisingly heavy in the GT. It does have Pirelli P0 tires, Brembo brakes up front. Top speed is 130 miles an hour. Pretty on par with your traditional sporty EV. Let's come to a stop. So 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Yeah. Oh, okay. That felt faster than 3.5 seconds, mostly because of the instant torque that you get from the electric motors. Does not get old. Now, I will say, of course, it dies off around 70, 80 miles an hour. If you're on a certain kind of road, like say this, you got to be careful because there's no noise. So you kind of lose track of how fast you're going. Electric cars can be kind of dangerous given certain scenarios. Yeah, I mean, the turn in makes the car really shrink in size, and it really kind of minimizes the weight. Brembo brakes work very well. Good pedal feel. There's a propulsion sound. It'll actually pump in some noise. Oh, that's actually, yeah, okay. That actually, okay, I like that. It actually pumps in some like deep Ford V8 noises. Okay, I can appreciate that. Even though, you know, I would like to drive gasoline powered cars until I absolutely cannot anymore. When I'm absolutely forced to get an EV car, then I will. But I can appreciate things like this. 480 horsepower, 634 foot-pounds of torque. It's quite a lot of torque, and you can really feel that. Oh, yeah, you can, this propulsion sound, I guess you could say, is like a safety feature maybe. Maybe it reminds you, hey, we're moving. Because without it, you kind of lose track of your speed and things can get kind of hairy. I'm going to talk about the interior for a sec though, because this is something, if you're comparing it to a Model Y Performance, which is what this car goes up against, you got to bring up the interior, because I much prefer this interior over the Model Ys. I think it has just more character to it and just better trimming. Feels much more premium than that car. You do normally get a nice long sunroof that takes up the entire roof line of the car. However, they decided to put a cover over it. I don't blame them because it is miserably, abysmally hot here in South Florida. I also love these seats. First of all, they look cool, but second of all, I've never seen this aggressive of shoulder bolstering before. Jesus Christ. I like it with the propulsion sound on. It makes me feel like this is a V8 Mustang SUV. Now turn it back off. Just absolute silence. I like that there's a screen in front of you above the steering wheel. I think the Model Y's interior, I understand the simplistic nature of it, but it is kind of boring. There's just nothing but a screen. At least in this, you get different sort of Alcantara looking trim. This has some personality to it, which an electric car needs, right? Because it's already lacking that with the lack of the internal combustion noise. Of course, incredibly spacious in here. Plenty of backseat legroom. Do have your Bang & Olufsen sound system. It's a very nice place to be. But the reason why you get the GT is to have some fun. 70. It does spin the tires a little bit. Personally, I think the Mach-E GT looks way better than the Model Y. Model Y is, I think, a good-looking car. Maybe a little awkward in some areas, but I think the Mach-E GT is a great-looking car. It just looks like a Mustang that's been raised up, essentially. But this car gets a lot of attention, and these wheels look great. The calipers look great, especially in this yellow color. It looks great with the yellow painted fenders. It's got 20-inch wheels. It's a very muscular-looking car. That alone is a big selling point for people. I mean, if you're comparing this to a Model Y, they're very similar in a lot of categories, so it's kind of hard to really choose one. This car looks better, got a better interior, similar range. Ford claims a range of 260 miles, but I've seen various road tests where people are getting more than that, about 280 miles, which is just short of the Model Y performances range. But then I've seen other tests of people getting less than 260. So I think it just depends how you drive. I mean, the issue is that if you have a 480 horsepower car that hits 60 in 3.5 seconds, you're gonna want to do that a lot. And that's the issue. The reason why you get the GT is to have a bit more fun. Oh, yeah, it's very planted. And because of the batteries, it has a very low center of gravity, and you can really feel that come turning. And with this new magnetic suspension, it soaks up the bumps very well, and it's just very adaptive. So the Mach-E GT starts around, I think, about 62,000. And of course, with options, this one's at about 70,000. Similar price to the Model Y. The car does have Autopilot. Don't have much interest in using it, but it does have that. I don't believe it's as sophisticated as Tesla's Autopilot, but you know, we're getting there, right? I think the Model Y is sort of lacking any sporty elements besides the acceleration. Let's just do a roll from 30. Oh yeah. Yeah. 30 to 60 in about 2 seconds. You know, if you're a car person transitioning into this EV world that we're ultimately heading into, this is a great car because it really still captures that enthusiast personality. It seems like people don't realize you're allowed to like both gas-powered and EV-powered cars. You can like supercars and Teslas. It almost seems like it's a cult where you can't like both. You know, I'll post a video of a Tesla and people are like, oh, supercars are way better, piece of shit. And you'll post a picture of a supercar, Tesla's faster. You can appreciate both for what they are. Whether you like it or not, and I certainly don't, we are heading into this EV world. Come the next couple decades, it's going to be here, and it's coming quick. Cars like this really help with that transition. As I said, it has sporty enthusiast elements to it that really can help EV haters maybe get on board. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.